go. And this is Underground World News Live. What is going on? Let's get the mic checks out the way. Wyoming checking in. Good to see you there. Flipping the house. Alpha, Mag, Academy, Paul. Much love, everybody out there. Thank you for the feedback. John Boy, Deanne, Hitman. Everybody, Wayne the Pain. Good to see everybody. Boomer, Steve, MC, in the house. Hopkinson, Hoodie Ross, Walk with God, Susie Q. Much love, you and Joe. Gay, Pixie. Man, everybody checking in. Beach Girls in the house. Brian Knight. Penguin Pack. Sweet Polly. Pure Blood. That's right. Maybe you heard me call for the Pure Bloods. E. Fitz. Tom. Money Mike. Man, hope everybody's well. As always, got a lot to cover. Uncommon with us. Much love, my brother. Colleen. Callie. Ginger. Janine. Man, everybody sliding in tonight, man. Boxer Mom. Yes, if you guys got anything you want to get to me, dabu7@yahoo.com is the email. You can at me in the chat at dabu7 or 77. We are exclusive here tonight on YouTube. I've been going live on Kick as well, but not tonight. On the next one, I will. So, yeah, exclusive here tonight. Much love, Tampa. Everybody checking in worldwide. Yeah, man, things have been good riding ever since we switched over to Restream from OBS. We ditched all the issues. Things sounding better. So, yeah, man, just fighting the censorship. That's an everyday thing, right? I still have people that show up all the time. Like, I'm not gonna say every day, but every week they show up in the comments, notifications, or an email like, "Yo, just found you. It's been years. Glad I found you. I don't know what happened." Well, I don't know how people lose track of me, um, unless they're just not getting notifications. So make sure you're checking the notifications also on YouTube. It's been changed. Maybe since the time you subscribed a long time ago, you might want to go check it because there's a little box and you have to check off if you want notifications, if you want notified for stuff. So for people that have never done that, you might want to go check that. One good time. Much love to all the pure bloods out there. North Miami. All right, so starting off with the shot there. Beautiful beach shot. I believe that was off the coast of Alabama. Somewhere down there near Pensacola, maybe. Gulf Shores. That region. Again, if you guys got images or anything you want me to share, video, anything crazy, let me know. Dabu7@yahoo.com. Now, I will say this to get things started. We just got hit by a big geomagnetic storm coming in from the sun. Let me just pull up space weather real quick. You might have witnessed some flares, man. I missed them again. They were all the way down into my region, and I missed them. But this Halo CME struck Earth, and I put out a video on this. We had some very strange object go around the sun. It was caught on the GO's camera. It was not a lens flare because the sun's blocked out. You can't get a lens flare when the sun's blocked out, when the light source is blocked. Same thing with the sun. If you're ever filming the sun, sitting there and you think there's something like a second sun or something by the sun, block the sun out. Block the sun out with an object. I always take a pencil and stick it in one of them little squeeze balls. It's perfect. And you can just hold the pencil up and you can block out the sun, hold it out there and block out the sun. Perfect. You can see everything around it. And the only time you get a flare is when the sun comes into the image. You'll see it floating around on the screen. You eliminate it when you block the sun. Okay. So whatever that object was that went around the sun was the size of the sun or bigger. And it seemed to affect the sun. The sun like lit up on the bottom half, the opposite side of it, as it was going around it. It was pretty crazy. And then it let off an Earth-directed flare. Like, we don't get them a lot. You don't get a direct Earth-directed hit a lot. But this didn't take down the grid or anything crazy, thankfully. It did cause a G4 geomagnetic storm. We are at the top of the solar cycle. Right now, that storm is subsiding, but it's not over. They're saying that you can expect G1 to G3 storms all the way through tonight. So if you get lucky, you're out there, clear night, look up. You never know what you might see. Something crazy. See these energies bursting through, or something like this one. This would be more common. What people would pick up on and see something like this in the sky. We'll say if you're in the inner city, you're not going to have as good of luck. And it was just an incoming solar flare off the sun, CME, so to speak. But as of right now, everything should be good. All right, I'm going to pick up here some of these other stories here. Unfortunately, we've got 2 teenagers that have been found shot dead in Arizona National Forest. They're investigating the deaths of 2 high school students that were found just outside of Phoenix. They failed to return from a Memorial Day camping trip. Both had died from gunshot wounds. This is all coming from the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. Both were mourned or being mourned, and people in shock, saying that, they just went out and they have no answers. So Pandora, Coltra, 18, and 17-year-old Evan Clark were out there, and somebody killed them somehow, some way. They don't know any of the details right now, but they have found the bodies. May have been robbed. Not sure. Unfortunate set of events. And we've also got another crazy situation here. We got an argument that turned deadly, apparently, where Jonathan Joss, and if you don't know who this is, he is the guy that did the voice for John Redcorn, like the Indian on King of the Hill. He gets into it with a neighbor, and apparently the neighbor shoots him dead. So you get into an argument, guy pulls out a gun, shoots him, and that's all it takes, man. Sometimes just one shot, it's over. Yeah, this happened in San Antonio yesterday. Had an argument with the neighbor, and I guess he went and fetched a gun and came back and pulled it and obviously shot him. They showed up and they tried to save his life, but he was declared dead at the scene. The attacker fled the scene in a vehicle. However, he was arrested a couple hours later and taken into custody. So they have him, but that's all we got. I've looked at a couple different places, and they all just had kind of the same little bit of details. He's been shot dead. So rest in peace to all these individuals. Again, wish we had more details connected with that. Let's go over to Mount Etna in Italy. It has erupted. Hundreds of tourists scrambling for safety after Europe's most active volcano, located on the eastern coast of Sicily near Catania, erupted. So, see if this clip here. Yeah, you can see a ton of people on the mountainside. That would be a pretty wild event. To witness, be that close to a volcano erupting. There's part of the flow that went down the mountainside. So an active volcano, the most active in Europe. So not too shocking, but when you got people up on the mountain, up on the ranges, and the thing starts to blow, talk about a bucket list trip. Long as no one got hurt. If you missed it the other day on the last stream, I reported on a massive avalanche that came down in Switzerland and obliterated the town below, just covered it. And it wasn't covered in snow or something like that. It was like mud flow that broke loose. It was devastating. So you never know with them really tall mountains when an avalanche comes down what you're dealing with till all the dust settles, so to speak. It's not like going to a ski resort, and it's just all powdery snow. Like Switzerland, it was like earth mixed in with it, and it was really heavy. So it wiped out everything. Now, we also have a situation where thousands have been evacuated in 3 different provinces inside of Canada because of this wildfire. If you're up there, you know what I'm talking about. This thing apparently spreading out of control. The smoke was worsening the air quality and reducing visibility in the region. Now it's floating over into the United States, and they're putting out a big warning. 25,000 residents evacuated. Remains active. Air quality very poor. These evacuated residents were from Manitoba, which has declared a state of emergency, with about 17,000 people evacuated by Saturday, along with 1,300 in Alberta. About 8,000 people in Saskatchewan relocated, in the smoke worsening the air quality and reducing visibility as well. So, not good. If you're up there, Montana, Pacific Northwest, North Dakota, South Dakota, they're saying Minnesota, Montana, all those areas, the air quality has reached unhealthy levels. Expect more. Separately, a fire in the U.S. border state of Idaho has burned at least 100 acres as of Sunday, and that's prompted road closures, some evacuations. One structure had burned, but I mean, with strong winds and these fires kicking up, we got to be on alert. We're seeing it every year, all the time now. These events are just a yearly thing, all the time. And thank you, Boomer, for the coffees. And thank you, Carlene, for the coffees. Best way to support the channel right there. Thank you very much. I appreciate it to the fullest. So, you don't want to be downwind from one of these fires or caught in it. I'm telling you,
Now,
one of the
more
wildest
escaped inmates are at Angola.
one
Earlier
of the
tonight,
wildest
Jermaine
things I've ever
Donald
had
and
to
Leo
deal with
Tate were
was fighting a mountain fire. And when it cuts you off, it's not fun. Literally, me and like 2 other people with buckets of water fought a mountain fire, like over 50 acres at least in one area on fire. Yeah, it's horrific when you find yourself inside of a fire. But you have to like escape the center and still get back out. It's pretty wild. So just be safe out there. Anybody that's around this, dealing with this. And I think D White, you had said it's 250. All right, let me scroll back up. That was rolling by. You just came to mind. You said it. The fire in Idaho is in my town. It's 250 acres and 75% contained. Well, good. At least they got a good percentage of containment on that. Yes, and it's the start of hurricane season as well. Who knows what that's going to spur up? Every year we got to deal with that. And you can get hit with a hurricane anywhere from Texas and the Gulf, of course, Florida, any of the Gulf states, all the way up the East Coast. We've seen these things run all the way up past the Carolinas, all the way up Maryland, New York, all that head up in there. So like the whole East Coast, Gulf and East Coast is like susceptible to freaking hurricanes. And we've seen what Helene did with everything in Asheville. These things can come in and go all the way up and hit the mountains, and usually the mountains and the land kills the energy. For whatever reason, that one didn't die out. It went all the way up into damn near the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, you might as well say. That's the mountain range that stopped it pretty much, the Blue Ridge Mountains. I drove through there and it was crazy. The way all the trees were still down in the mountains of debris. I have never seen mountains of debris that large. Imagine like a football field, 100-yard football field, and like just in the center of it, like they've been stacking for months, all this debris, and it's like as tall as a building, just a monster sitting off the side of the highway. Just crazy, the destruction that the hurricanes can cause. But yeah, I'll update as we see any more stuff with that. But these wildfires are also threatening the output of oil and different stuff that's being shipped from the region, wood, timber, lumber, could cause the price to go up. When I think back a handful of years ago, I forget exactly which one it was, 22, 23, something like that. Same thing happened. Big fires broke loose up here, and in turn, lumber jumped. And when lumber jumped, it ran, and it ran hard, really hard, and it caused the prices of homes to rise. It'll be interesting to see if anything like that happens in turn here. We also have this massive, what they call apocalyptic aerial hazard heading toward Florida. This is a massive plume of dust, and it is the size of the entire U.S. It's coming across the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to hit Florida this week. We have these storms, dust clouds that come off the Sahara Desert, just like the hurricanes. They pretty much come across the same track. Strong winds sweep them across the ocean, over the Caribbean, and then up into the Gulf, or Florida's got to deal with it a lot. The plume predicted to hit South Florida by Wednesday, the Gulf states a few days later. So this is going to affect the air quality in breathing and everything else. So you've got this big situation in the Pacific Northwest. In the northwest of the U.S., we've got a lot of toxic air. And now you've got this huge plume in the southeast. Both those corners got something going on here that's going to affect your health and breathing. So I would just make note of it. As of Monday, the cloud extended roughly 2,000 miles. This is massive, man. Running from Jamaica past Barbados into the Caribbean, and about 750 miles from the Turks and Caicos. There it is. Right there. So I'm going to say that it's going to dump a good bit of this down on probably all of Florida. A lot of the coastal states, you're going to see this. So just a heads up. I don't know if it's going to take a track toward the Gulf or up the East Coast, but Florida, going to get hit hard. Going to get clipped by this just like they do a lot of the hurricanes. Here's a big heads up. I don't know if you guys have seen reports on your local news, anything like that, but the largest egg producer in the Southwest, and this is huge, okay? The largest egg producer in the Southwest loses 95% of its chickens. This is in Arizona, and it's because of bird flu. Telling you, California went into a state of emergency months ago over bird flu that never materialized. So, this is on the table. Okay? With stuff like this popping up, the biggest producer of eggs in one of the biggest in the entire country, wiped out. 6 million birds in the past 2 weeks. So it's happening. Something's happening. We have to pay attention to these things. Our supplies are getting hit. They're getting clipped big time. Call to set up an attack. These goons, these agents, just got to come knocking at someone's door at one of these farms and be like, look, your birds have bird flu, and give them a garbage test results, and they order them to go in and kill them. It's not like they all drop dead. You see, it's not like the entire place, like the chickens, just no. That's not how it's working many of the times. When you hear these stories and you dive into them, you end up finding out that every time and time again, the feds show up, they tell them that their chickens are tainted, and they give them 2 weeks to like wipe them out. And that's the orders. Or they're going to be responsible, that all these threats rain down on them. So the farmers then have to kill all these chickens. And then they got to get rid of bodies and all this other stuff. It destroys the business. I don't know how you can recover from this. I don't know how you can recover from 95% of your supply getting wiped out. This is going to have reverberating effects throughout the whole of everything. Now around here, I have to say, like in my neck of the woods, it may in the stores even be felt, but like the people around here aren't going to be hurting. Because like a lot of people have chickens, like all over the place. They're just everywhere. Telling people have chickens is just the way it is. I think about that often when I think about this whole bird flu thing. What are they going to do? Come through my whole state and go down every single back road and try to scaremonger with a tank every person's house that has chickens running around the yard? Like, it's going to get interesting because they're going to get bucked on. Uncommon. Much love, my brother. Release the chickens. Well, to have your own supply, like out of sight, out of mind, would probably be the best bet, the safest bet, the best bet. You know, again, where I'm from, you could hit one on the road just cruising down the back road because people got them everywhere. It's just the way it is. I like that though, because everybody's stocked and supplied. When it hits the fan, these people don't really care much. Like, oh, you're gonna go without some essential things. You're gonna go without some salt and some pepper and some toilet paper, those types of things. But these people will survive, right? Done it for a long time. Much love, Quantum. For generations, man, around here, been living off the land, Kentucky, man, and I got some recalls here for you, some big ones. And I mean big ones. You've got over 250,000 pounds of canned beef stew being recalled. This is Dinty Moore beef stew, very popular. This is a Georgia-based company connected or ran through Hormel Foods. They say they are withdrawing. What do you mean withdrawing? So you can't withdraw the stuff when it's in someone's belly, and in their shelves. Most of the people won't get this warning. But again, 256,000 pounds of canned beef stew productions from across the U.S. Being recalled because of contaminated foreign materials in the food, specifically wood. Disgusting. Like, how does this even happen? And like, can you imagine? That's what you can't trust none of the stuff. I swear. Anyone who hates America that's sending food here, you can like guarantee they're spitting in it. They're throwing a piece of cat meat in there. like I don't even know what to tell you. Like some very disgusting things. I don't trust none of it. Again, I hope you can find someone that deals with cattle and go that route. It's really going to be your best option. Save you money. You can trust it. You can't trust what's coming in these aluminum cans, man. Come on. All this stuff is toxic. We've been fed poison forever. I mean, people used to it because you were brought up on it. But, man, we got to break the cycle. This is not the first time that I've did a recall like this with wood chips and everything. It's like a repeated thing. It's a different company. It's been Tyson before. And, yeah, it's not been wood chips. It's been glass or other contaminants. Hoppus says chicken have rights too. Much love. And David gifting the membership. Much love. So I hope you're not eating this tonight. I hope you didn't have this tonight. Sin, thank you for the 2 coffees, man. Much love. Appreciate it to the fullest. Crown jewels in the house. Horse meat burgers, man. You ain't never had them, bro? Come on, bro. I'm just kidding. He's like, no. No. I'm not having some horse meat burgers, man. Horses run wild where I'm from. I'm not kidding you. You might think it's some kind of like Legends of the Fall type thing. It's real. Like where I'm from, horses run wild. Seen a bunch of them. The other day atop this mountain that surprised me. They were in a spot that I didn't expect them. And it was big, beautiful white one. It had some babies behind it and everything, man. Yeah. And the reason that is around here, unfortunately, is because in Kentucky, people that have had horses in the past would take them up into the mountains and release them when they can't take care of them anymore. And those horses will survive. They'll find a way and they'll breed. And then more horses will literally be born wild. All those babies I saw up there on that mountain probably born into the wild horses. So that generation is born wild. It's crazy. And other people come up and take some of them horses and take care of them, take them in as pets and this and that. It's just, it's a crazy thing. But horses are a huge thing in my state and up in the central part of the state. That's all you'll see when you're driving. It's flatter. You'll see nothing but horse stuff all over the place and horses and farms. And thank you, Lakeville, for the memberships. But unfortunately, the downside to that is people that can't take care of them, they go and they dump them off in the mountains and stuff like that. And I'm down in the mountains, and some of them obviously survive, but I feel for them. I wish I could go out and like build something out in the mountains, like a big barn or something for in the winter or something, man. But that's just me in my heart. I tend to like animals more than I like humans because humans are so evil on this plane. But you never know. There could be some horse meat in that Dinty Moor. I'd pass. Hard pass. Yeah, Salty. I worry about it too. I just put out 2 big alerts on all the air stuff. But you know what can we do? Chafing the Ville in the house, my brother. All right, here's another one. Another recall. You might want to check this one out if you got kids that like these candies, because or anyone. Horribo recalls the entire stock of gummy candy after multiple packs were found to be cannabis infused. Oh my God. I looked down and I seen 420 as soon as I said that. I mean, what are the odds? 1,420 people watching. I looked down and seen that as I talked about cannabis. That was like crazy synchronicity. Anyhow, people that don't want to get high or don't want this in the system, failed drug test or anything like that, or are not expecting this, anything like that, heads up. These gummies, Haribo's Happy Cola fizz candy, they're saying that apparently an incident took place in the Netherlands where multiple people got sick after eating this, and they later confirmed that cannabis was found in the samples, and that was it. So they got a little high and they weren't expecting it. But still, it's not cool if you're not expecting it. It can really mess with someone, So how the cannabis made it into the candy is not yet known. Well, I could tell you a plethora of ways. I mean, they're just out there pumping it out and making it. Some say they think that batches were made, with the cannabis and then obviously got mixed in with the other gummies and they got bagged up and they got sold. But I mean, come on, you got to be on top of some stuff like that when you're putting, something in there like that. Like, hello, a recall, just letting it be known. Haribo, those gummies, man, hitting a little bit different this week, ain't they? So this is a heads up on our cattle supply. I just told you our chickens are getting targeted. I just showed you how millions just got wiped out, the biggest supplier in the Southwest. Now, it seems the cattle herd out in the West is getting targeted as well. The herd in Texas was targeted with what we thought was laser beam fire when they roasted all the parts of Texas down there. It specifically hit the cattle area and affected it. Our cattle herd is at the lowest it has been in decades, like in my entire life. So the prices are going to continue to climb and go through the roof. You have to find a way to mitigate the damage here. You can't, I mean, bird flu is obviously what they're going to serve up. That's the next big thing, obviously, in my book. And you can see they're already wiping out all the eggs, chickens and eggs are going to be attacked. It's going to go through the roof. People are going to try to lean on beef, and it's just going to start to decimate it. I see people where I'm from, turn into, when things get crazy, they're going to turn to venison. They're going to turn to deer quickly. I mean, it's so, where I'm at, just take a ride to the store and back. You're going to pass a couple on the road. You're going to see some in the field. Same with turkeys. It's a blessing to have that. But that's what some people will turn around and resort to is going out and getting them a deer or whatever. If this goes through the roof, city folk ain't really going to resort to that. Now, you can see some deer in the city. I think Hoodie Ross seen one the other day. He was telling me in the city. Just saying, though, when people start hunting them, they start to thin out, and it makes it a lot harder. And you won't just see them running around no more after some time. You have to get out there and put some hunting in for real. But here we go with the cattle getting attacked again. We've got wolves in California that are being allowed. Believe it or not, this gets political because the farmers are taking laws. Northern California, Oregon, they're saying that the wolves that are protected right now up there, they have these huge packs. They've got specific names. Like the locals know of the packs and they're not allowed to do anything because these wolves are listed as endangered species under federal law. Now, where I'm from out here, they'll try to tell you there are no wolves, just like coyotes, but garbage. They'll try to tell you there ain't no freaking mountain lions and everything else, but that's all garbage because we've got it like all on camera. And just like this black wolf, I've got one on my property that looks just like this guy right here. He has a white patch on his back. Yeah, got him around. So, they're killing our cattle now. And the ranchers can't do nothing about it. They got to take the loss. So this is a tricky situation because if the feds, they're probably hiding in the bushes, watching, see you shoot one of these, it's a year in prison and $1,000 fine. Unless you can prove that it was self-defense. Good luck with that. Like I said, the feds are probably in a fake tree in a stand watching you. I can't stand it. The feds are never doing nothing good for the people, or never, ever, it seems. So they call them welfare wolves, entitled wolves, generations of them. And there's one pack. It's known as the Whaleback Pack. It's near these people's ranch in Northern California here, at Table Rock Ranch. And they say the feds' excuse is that they're there to eat the elk and the deer. The problem is the wolves don't care about that. They're taking like the easiest kill. So they're coming up and it's easy pickings to take calves down of these cows. It's just the easier thing to do. So that's what they're doing. And a couple of dog cows. So the wolves just skipping the deer and the elk, which are much faster. It could take off sprinting and gone. A calf in a field is like a sitting duck. And this is what's happening. And it's happening left and right. And they're saying, their exact words are, they have so much carnage. Carnage. Like with the livestock is getting shredded. And they can do nothing about it. That's ridiculous, man. Again, this comes back to feds and rules. Like out here where I'm at, I mean, They got cattle the same way. My uncle does it. I mean, he's got his stuff fenced in. I'm sure there's fencing out here too. If coyotes, anything tries to come mess with the livestock, like they're taking, the coyotes are different. Like here, they're considered invasive. Like they say, shoot them on sight. Like they'll take out the deer spawn in the spring. And they'll take out turkeys and they'll take out everything. And they're creepy and they're crazy. Like they surround us out here in the mountains sometimes. You got to watch your ass, man. Out here in the evenings and everything, in the summertime, like they'll be 15, 20 feet away from you up in the woods and they'll be like 20, 30, 50 deep. And like you can hear them all. And like they'll get closer and closer and closer and they'll get real quiet. And they're just waiting. They're just waiting for an opportunity. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I see it all out here in these mountains, man. A thermal is essential. Thermal scope at night. Yeah, you know what's down there. You know them eyes that are looking back at you ain't deer. Deer don't pace back and forth at night looking at you. Anyhow, wildlife's wildlife, and it's going to happen. But I think the feds could do something here, big time. They could help these ranchers out, but again, it's never to help them. It's always to hurt them. On to the next one. Candy maker that makes Skittles, saying that it no longer contains titanium dioxide. Now, why in the hell did your Skittles ever contain titanium dioxide to begin with is beyond me. Oh my gosh. I told you this place is like the laughing stock of the world. They're like, yeah, just pack that crap up and just send it to our store in the US. One of them fools will buy it and eat it. And they laugh about it and they do it. And the sad part is they're right. And this poison over and over and over been served up. If there's one thing positive I'm trying to clean off this whole thing is Maha, RFK, just switching all the stuff up. Like, well, they have to do something good somewhere. Like, and it better be here, full scale, in terms of, and this is a start. I will give the props for the due here. This is a start. But Mars is in control of so many different candies, so many different products. Like, they need to go through the whole list. And I mean, wouldn't it be nice to know that that candy bar that you bit into was like healthy? You know, it was made from healthy, pure cocoa, dark chocolate, and all this, and it was all processed in a local plant and in place, not like on the other side of the planet, or you know, I don't know. Even if it was processed here, you can't trust nothing. As I just showed you with Dinty Moore, there's wood chips inside the stuff. Like, come on, it's being made right here in America. Just like the Tyson is and all this other stuff. Again, thank you, Sin, for the coffees. Thank you, John, for the coffees. Yes, stay prepped up, everyone. I'm interested to see how far this goes. I'm interested to see how much they actually weed out of the system that's toxic. So we're going to keep talking on it. It doesn't matter if you're only taking out, what's being put in the spotlight. Like, you need all these chemicals removed. And that is what brings me to the next one. Overlooked chemicals in your food is threatening your health. And how are they getting there? Through being processed or ultra processed. So they're talking about synthetic chemicals coming from the packaging, and the processing equipment itself is contaminating the food supply. Anything that's been processed, especially the ultra processed, fine diced up stuff, things like that. I mean, just these strawberries that you see here, they've been processed. The top's been cut off. And in some form of the processing, they're saying there's contamination. It could be chemicals coming off of the package, off of the hands of the individuals, a plethora of things could be doing this, but it's there. So food processing and the chemicals involved, especially these plastics, the chloride tubing and all this stuff, It's crazy. So I don't know, man. It's the processing in this country. It's like almost every single thing out there is. You know, unless you're going to a farmer's market, man, it's got like the fresh grown and just freshly picked and grown fruit right there. It's not been processed up. Those veggies, those fruits, that's the best that you're going to get right there. If you have tuned into one of my videos I've put out where I'm about once a week or so, I drop a video where I'm walking through the mountains and talking about whatever the headline may be. In it, it's different than me sitting here at a computer. In it, you can hear my surroundings. And in it, you can hear how loud the cicadas are. Believe it or not, where I'm from, coming up, there used to be a Snappy's. I'm not kidding you. There was a Snappy's tomato, and they specialized years and years ago, and it was called Snappy Cicada Pizza. And some places still do this. Gross. This is good fish bait, but the 17-year brood is out here, and it's in my area. I think it was last year, a couple years ago, they'd said a brood was out in like Kentucky, but it like wasn't in our area. We never did really see them, but boy, they're out now. They are loud. The warmer the day is, the hotter it is, the louder they are, and they're everywhere. The carcasses everywhere. Boy, they are back. Now, these aren't like, other insects like crickets. There's a difference here. Locusts, there's a difference. These aren't like devouring every plant. They're just annoyingly loud and creepy looking, if you ask me. That's the biggest thing with them. Again, really good fish bait. But they're out, man. Brood 14 here. One of the largest 17-year periodical cicada broods, servicing for the first time since 2008. Found only in the eastern parts of North America. They are known for their long underground life cycles, synchronized mass emergences, and piercing mating calls, which is what you hear all day long out there. Wow. So this year, the emergence, it spans a wide area, including Georgia, Tennessee, right here in Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York State. There's also disjunct populations that are in places like Cape Cod and Long Island. But those groups have thought to been in decline. I'm going to tell you, they're not in decline here. Mass emergence, we won't forget this one. I know my kids or anyone that's young, this would be the one that you remember from your youth. Time flies. And here's one. This is a dangerous one. I said something about this before, but apparently it's getting even closer. And if this gets into the United States, we're really screwed. We're done for. Because this, I believe they're bringing it up here to try to be the straw that broke the camel's back. I really do. Because if this breaks loose, it's really game over. They eradicated the New World Screwworm 70 years ago in North America. And what they had to do to get rid of it is crazy. They had to take the males and they had to radiate them with like nuclear stuff and have them go mate and then like kill off the whole population. That's what they did. Well, if you don't know, these things are parasites that eat animals alive, even people, anything. It will eat anything that comes into contact alive. cows, pigs, dogs, even humans. It will. It will eat them alive, and it will make horrific wounds. It will leave huge, horrific wounds. So back in the 50s, the Department of Agriculture launched an all-out assault to eradicate the screwworm off these flies. And what they did is they raised them in factories, and they blasted them with radiation until they were sterile. Then they dropped the sterile adult screwworms by the millions, even hundreds of millions, over the U.S., and then further down into Mexico. Okay, the worms were eradicated at that point. But now they're saying they've marched all the way back. As of this month, the parasites have advanced 1,600 miles through 8 countries to reach the Mexican state of Oaxaca and Veracruz. That's just 700 miles away from the Texas border. And they're saying that it's there. It's here. Like the fight they put up decades ago, it's going to have to be waged again. And like it's on our doorstep. This is the last thing that we need attacking our food supply and our people. I mean, or chewing on you. Yeah, after trying to mow the lawn, fly lands on you, and it's not just fly landing on you. It's like landing on you, trying to lay eggs and eat you and all this other stuff. North American screwworm is what they call this. Okay, just do your research on that right there. Yeah, man. That's just crazy, blasting them with radiation. It's called the C. hominivores. It translates to man-eater. All right, keep it pushing. We've got, let's look at the house market, right? Because it's been up, down, this and that. Now that Trump's in there and everything's on his watch, where are we at with it? Well, as of right this second, nearly half of the $700 billion in homes across this country that were for sale have gone stale. They say that the sellers outnumber the buyers by 500K, 500,000. Ton of people wanting to sell, no one wanting to buy. That is a problem. Right there. That's where the housing market sits. Let's take a look here at the understaffed air traffic control towers real quick in the country. It's like all over. It's ridiculous. And like it's begging for many accidents. Man. 128 places are below the 85% staffing goal. Every little dot that you see is the brighter the yellow down to the red. 85% or less here. All of them. It's everywhere. It's all across the country. It's not like one place stands out. I mean, I guess some do. I mean, California's got a ton. Texas has got a lot. It's all over the place. We got an issue with the aircraft and these air traffic control towers. All right. Let's keep it pushing. I'm going to shift and we're going to go into the new COVID variant. Yeah. The new COVID variant, NB181, starting to spread worldwide. This garbage, man. The WHO said that this variant is causing more infections worldwide, and China's health agency saying that it's a dominant variant. So they're really pushing this one. They're really fear-mongering this one on the heels of razor blade throat reports and all this stuff. They're saying the recent increases have been observed in 4 countries. Cambodia, China, Hong Kong, Singapore. Those are the areas seeing the uptick. South Korea saying that they're seeing an uptick. And it's all this government crap, man. I seen a thing earlier. It was a screenshot somebody had shared. They were like, look what we just caught being telegraphed on this video game on like some kind of screen. Like some kind of load screen, like for a video game. It said something like prepare. Are you ready for lockdown? Are you ready for lockdown? I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But this is how they do it. This is how they do it. So that they're dropping this into the minds of the masses in video games right now. I think it was a screenshot off of a Call of Duty load screen. It said either prepare or are you ready for lockdown? Like, I'm telling you what, man. Like, we're on the watch of Mr. Warp Speed here, so put nothing past him. This whole thing began on Trump's watch last time. He did not arrest Bill Gates. He had dinner with him, and they talked about how to make money off mRNA. So just let your imagination run wild with what they've concocted. And you're an absolute idiot if you're going to sit there and try to ignore any of this stuff. After what they put us through, locked us down, every single thing, if you're going to stick your head in the sand, you need a swift kick in the rear, because this is ridiculous. Everything we went through, even so many people that got inoculated woke up to see that they got had. Their health went downhill. People they know died. People still fighting the issues from it. Schools in China isolating students. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Isolating students. Look what they're doing. They're in bodysuits. They're swabbing them. Well, that image is from 2022. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going to assume they're doing the same thing. Oh, here they are. Yeah. Of this year, 2025 images masked up. Like, oh man. No way. No way, no way. No way, no way. I don't know what they're going to try to spin off this COVID stuff, but I'm telling you, the bird flu thing is the one to watch. That's the one that I think will be the real deadly. The deadly one. It sucks. And look, when a real deadly one is established and rolled out, and they're like, it's here, money will be gone. Like, they just gave the order to stop minting pennies. And then nickels is up next on the chopping block. Like, it will be removed completely. It will be the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, to remove it from circulation. Because it will be used as an excuse of passing the deadly disease. And I'm talking a deadly one this time with bird flu, not some garbage fake crap. Okay? I'm talking the real deal. People, I'm telling you, this is going to be a head buster when the real one happens, because your whole life's going to change. You're not going to be able to go to the store and fight people for toilet paper. Like, get out of here. Anyone that you come in contact with can kill you. That's something you didn't experience. Okay? Again, when your neighbors are wheeling out bodies to the end of the driveway for an incinerator to stop by and burn them. All right? You didn't see none of that because it didn't happen. You didn't see bodies stacked up anywhere because it didn't happen. Anywhere. There's not an image anywhere of bodies stacked up here. Anywhere. Remember stadiums? Stadiums and cruise liners that were supposed to take in all these people, not a single person walked into them. Like, dude, this next time when it's real, it will be horrific. You won't want to go around anyone. You just remember this. You should know this. You won't want to touch the mailbox. You won't want to do anything. You won't want to go around anything where anyone else is. It will be pandemonium. It will be horrific. You'll wish that you were just on a little piece of property away from everyone, where you had a well to get water and you could grow your own crops and just live. Oh, yeah. Did everybody forget? I sure as hell didn't. I spent the past 5 years of my life getting ready for this. Everyone's always asleep at the wheel. Oh, well. All we can do is warn. Paul Revere comes running through the town warning everyone, if you want to go back to bed, that's on you. All right, so Moderna disables the comments on an X post after announcing a new shot and everyone going off. Oh, man. So they're taking it right now, like taking it on the chin. But like when the real one happens, like people are going to like shut up. The deaths are going to shut them up. They won't know what to do. And the sad, sickening, and grotesque thing is when you actually see bodies drop, a lot of people are going to think that the jab is the answer. Not to mention they're going to be almost forced at gunpoint this next time. Like, if not, then you're considered tainted or potentially lethal. That's the whole thing. That's what it's all going to be. It's all it was ever meant to be. The big show's about to happen with this one. Remember, the Gates patented 666 patented luciferase injection was never used yet. It will be. It is what is to be used on the deadly one. It's just sitting there. We know it exists. They never used it. They're waiting to use it. They've got everything done for bird flu. All the jabs lined up, all the research done. We know all this. They're on camera saying it. They're like giddy. They're ready for it. That's scary. There won't be no dancing in hospitals this time. You can bet your tail. No, it won't. It'll be horrific, like out of a movie. Oh, yeah. That's just bird flu. All right, just get over that. Like, when it begins and it happens, you already know, like, what we're into here. So either people cared, either you cared to prepare for this, either you used your brain and you prepared for this, or you sat there like a bump on a log watching this like it's all entertainment and you did nothing. And you put your family at risk as well as yourself. And you smoked yourself because you didn't do nothing. And stop and think about that for a minute. Where you're sitting right now. You got a chance. Last minute ditch chance to try to do something to get prepared for what's coming. Or not. Act like we never went through what we went through. It wasn't a big beta test. And like it's not coming. Live in a delusion and get blindsided by it. And whatever happens, happens. I'm not. When I go out, it's gonna be saying that I did everything in my power to do this. To survive this. That way if I die, I'm on the other side, I can look, I did everything, man. Like not like I just sat there like a sitting duck. I tried to put the warning out and try to be fire underneath somebody's tail that needs it to make a move. You're like out of time though. Like we're there. I don't know, unless you got the money and the funds and you got an army of people. Let me tell you, you are not going to go out running off into some area and clearing the land and doing all this stuff and getting it all done by yourself quickly. Let me tell you. Now let's talk about AI. I'm gonna put AI as my number 2 big threat. Number 1 has got to be the bird flu because I don't know, just everything I laid out there. Like Songbird 2023, like when the real deal goes down, 28 days later, any crazy movie you've ever seen, World War Z, where the bodies are stacked up. I don't know what can top that. I don't know if AI tops that, but AI is like right there with it. AI is going to cause this dystopian nightmare of a life. If bodies aren't dropping from that, it's going to create hell because it's going to track you, censor you. There's going to be no freedom. I thought it was interesting the places that are investing in AI because every city is going to be different. It's just going to be. Some cities, some states are going a different route. And I told you this government is trying through this big ugly bill to put the most tyrannical thing I've ever seen hidden in it, which is the AI surveillance state, $500 billion, making sure that anything that they put AI into, whether it's medical, law enforcement, anything, the state cannot say no. You can't override it for 10 years. That is the most tyrannical thing I've seen to date. And I could see some states still saying screw the feds and rejecting it. But Seattle is only investing like 13 or 15%. Tokyo, surprisingly, 16%. These are small numbers. Paris, 43%. Silicon Valley, California, 62%. So it's going to be like the AI hub, right? Toronto, another huge one, 50%. New York, only 14%. Beijing, China, 66%, more than anywhere. So you could see that Beijing and Silicon Valley are the AI capitals of the world right now. And they're slugging it out to see who's going to dominate and win this AI race. It's where we're at in history right now. You've gone through all these different things, .com bubbles and different, the race to the moon and all this stuff. Well, this is an AI race. And whoever wins this within the next several years controls what happens for the next many decades. I hate to say it, but there's books written saying we lose this. Secret Destiny of America, written by a master mason, Manly P. Hall. He tells you right there what this whole thing was supposed to be. It's all ritual, man. I tell you this all the time. And this whole place is viewed as the new Atlantis. And that not like floating out in the ocean and going to sink, but that it's to be brought down in a ritualistic manner, just like towers. When you're never going to figure out your enemy and what's coming next if you keep taking your eye off the ball. Okay? They are wizards and witches at the highest degree of black magic. They sure are. That's what they are. You should wake up knowing this every day and nothing different and break the spell that's on you. Because part of the spell is them blinding you to it. When you can see them clearly, you break the spell. Okay? AI, you know what magic is in turn? It's a lot of science. It's hidden from you, and it's manipulation, and it's also getting the help of the jinn, of spirit. You know, this is why people make dolls and poke them with needles and do all this other stuff. It's the jinn. The spirit world, the evil spirits, okay? It all comes back to them, always, every time. So either they're trying magic, connecting with the jinn, or now call it techno magic. It's a technological magic. They are creating an Optimus Prime body, a robot, and they are inserting into it an artificial super intelligence, a consciousness, you know, like from an entity, a spirit, a jinn. That's all this is. And I'm telling you, this gets crazy because when the jinn can jump into a body and control it, I mean, you have to perform an exorcism to run it out. You know this. Come on, people. When it jumps into the robot, it's a different animal, man. It had to be full control. I don't even think people understand what we're dealing with. They don't. They fall short. They're small minds. We're so screwed. This place, there's no good guys coming, you know, outside of the Messiah we're waiting for, the Most High. Like, there's no militia patriots. Ain't nobody showing up for nothing. All I can say is live righteous. Live good the rest of your days. You want to get out of here? Live good, walk righteous, fight the good fight. There is a way. Man, this place is so freaking evil. AI takes it to a whole different level, man. I don't even know how you're going to stop this. We tell people all the time, stock up on bullets and all this. Like, you got to start to think on how you're going to stop these robots now. Not even man. Like, man is easy kill. Put some bullets in them, they're dead, right? Not Optimus. Optimus is going to be a different animal. You're like going to have booby traps, and like you're going to have to think big time how you're going to take these things out. And like it's going to have to be tried and tested. And a lot of times this is going to happen until it's in like a battlefield type setting, until it's too late. Like dudes are going to be fighting these things coming up their road, coming up the driveways. These things are going to walk right into every home. What is it going to be for an Optimus to kick down a door? Nothing. A built-in piston arm just down. I mean, you're going to need like a bulldozer to like take this thing down in the front yard or something. I'm telling you. It's going to take something like that. And then the thing can blow up. I just don't think people were even prepared. They're not even prepared. Everyone's like stuck in this. I don't even know what to call it. It's like this haze. And largely, Trump did it. He got everybody rounded up there under MACA, and it's a satanic spell is what it is. MACA is even the highest form of satanic witchcraft. Did you know that? By name. They didn't even hide it. Idiots out there running around yelling MACA. Just be ashamed of yourself. Who do you believe in? Do you believe in Jesus or Trump? You need to start to show it. Pathetic. Some Gentile Messiah. This ticks me off more and more. I see where we're at clearly. I see the roots. I see the people getting buffaloed. I don't like it. I don't like seeing people get fooled, but it's a lot their fault because they bow down to the Gentile Messiah. It's ridiculous. You should be ashamed of yourself. Do you ever even stop to think what Jesus, what Yeshua would be thinking, looking, watching you right now in the way that you're worshiping another man when they told you not to worship these false idols? But you don't care about that, right? That's why I'm questioning. Do you even care about that anymore? In terms of AI, don't expect this thing to be your friend. They are already pitching it as that. I mean, Elon's saying everybody and their mama's going to want one. Like everyone, every single person, everybody, like Kim Kardashian's got one running around, rolling with her. It's like her part-time security. It's making her coffee, opening doors, vacuuming floors. You know, it's doing all the stuff of trying to make it look cool. But AI is not your friend, and it never will be because it's not being trained righteously. AI is all about the data points that you feed it, the algorithms that you train it on, right? And if you've got evil at hand, what do you think they're doing? Do you think that there's going to be a righteous robot one out there? No, I can't find a righteous human one out here in control. You go find me a righteous human and then we'll start there that's in charge of all this. Until then, it's game over. This is all evil. and it's going to be used against us. You are looking at your replacement. Okay? This is sinister. This is completely sinister. The Frankenstein aspect of a gen hopping into one of these Optimus bodies is nuts. And I believe that's what they've seek to master. Oh, man. Us here, man. I appreciate that super chat to the fullest. Much love. God bless. Can't stress this enough, man. Look, if you're somebody out there listening to me tonight and you can afford one of these Optimus bots, there's shame on you anyway. Like, what have you done for the community? What have you done for this movement? What have you done for truthers? Anything else out there? If that's the case, you go blow money on this? I'm serious. We've sat out here hurting for years, waiting for a righteous one to come along with the means to help people. But all I've seen is fake patriots come along and use this movement to make money, selling them goods, selling them t-shirts, selling them male vitality. It's garbage. Oh, it all pisses me off, man. Let's watch this used and abused this whole time. They don't give up about us. That's the truth. It's one thing I've learned out here. It's a cutthroat. And again, we don't have a righteous, not even one righteous billionaire out there to come out and to contend against any of this. Like, where are you at, man? Like, you got cats out here that have really been ready to ride and would even have put their life on the line and on all these other things. But you sat there bitched out. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Like, I know somebody's out there somewhere, but they don't want to be associated with terrorists or right-wingers, or they're scared. You're scared. Wherever they are, wherever that person is, they're scared. And you're more scared of the devil than you are of the Most High. I'd be ashamed. Like, it's everyone for themselves. Do you understand this? No one's coming to the rescue. As long as you're here. Until Jesus touches down here, it's like we're in this for ourselves. Like, nobody cares in this egotistical place. Like, I wish we had one good righteous man that was going around tonight feeding the homeless. One good righteous man that was picking veterans up off the streets tonight. Can't find one. Not one. That's why we're done. Jesus told his angels, you go down to Sodom and Gomorrah. If you can find me one righteous soul, I'll save it. But if not, I'm lighting it up. They grabbed Lot and they got out of there and they lit it up. Can't wait till that happens again. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. I'm ready for evil to pay for everything it's put on us, but I understand that this is a test. God has shown me he's made the jinn, he's made the evil for a reason. It's to test man. And you're being tested in hopes that you pass the test. This isn't all for nothing. A higher intelligence is watching every second of this. It's hoping that you choose to do the right things in this realm. That's all this is about. Advancing, overcoming, mastering these things. But no great teacher was here to teach you this. So most people have meandered their whole life without doing these things. You have a chance before it's all set and done to get it right. To shape up before you ship out is how I see it. It's what I'm told. I wish you success. I do. I feel like, my job here is to round up and to wake up as many as I can here before checkout time, because it's all about the work you put in. It's all about what you're putting in, man. You're just sitting there watching everything go by. You ain't doing nothing, man. Think about this. When a higher power asks you, what did you do down here? What did you do? Well, I sat and watched Tapu 7. I shared his tweet. Many didn't even do that. Well, what did you do to help people? Like, I'd be thinking about that. If you're lacking in that department right now, I'd be getting some things on the list to get out and do. Again, man, do you really think that something created all this and is just left here for nothing? I feel something watching. I'm warning you. For those that can't feel it. You can't feel it because you didn't do what they asked you to do. They told you to live a certain way. If you lived a certain way, like they asked, you'd feel it, like I do. I call it knowing. It's like a sixth sense, but you don't know it because you won't try it. Yeah, I'm getting on you because this is the last chance, man. Shape up if you want to ship out or don't. Someone came and warned you. In the flesh, sure did. Over and over again. Over and over again. Jesus hit it in parables. Every single passage, he talked about seeking the kingdom within you. Taking no thought for your life. This is raising the chrism. Living righteously. They told you what to eat, what to consume, what not to eat. He even gave you examples of why not to eat the pork, because the evil spirits will go into it easy. It's susceptible. He even showed you this. He tried to teach you like a spoon feed you like a baby. They tried to tell you this, but he hid it in parables for those who have a deeper connection. It's all there. It is the oil of gladness, man. You are an antenna. You are a vibration. And there's cycles to this whole thing. Just as a woman has a menstrual cycle, oh, you think it ain't real, right? You think it ain't real. Go find a woman and convince them a menstrual cycle ain't real. It's very real. And it's connected to the planet and the moon and the cycles. Okay? Women can sync up. And you know this, women. Women get around each other, the periods, everything can sync up on the same thing. It's a cycle. All right? Do we got that clear? It exists. It's real. A cycle exists within human bodies. Well, there's a cycle of the chrism that happens the same way in all of you, and you've never been taught it. It's one of the most highly kept secrets from all of you. And it's there. It is your way out, and you can't cheat it. You can't cheat it. When you raise the chrism and you activate the pineal, it's the true DMT. It's the true cycle of it. Opening the mind's eye, not smoking it like Joe Rogan. They are cheating. It's the closest they will ever come to God's gift, is smoking DMT. Do you understand me? You can achieve raising the chrism, and it's different, the natural way, the God-given way. These are jewels you should cherish with your soul. But again, I've been told time and time again not to cast these pearls amongst swine. But I don't consider all of you swine, right? I know there's some people out there that don't care, but I consider you guys worthy of this information. That someone out there will capitalize on this. You'll hear this tonight, and you'll give up smoking cigarette. You'll throw the damn thing down. You'll quit. You'll begin something. You'll crush that can of whatever it is and be done drinking it and be done with the toxic crap. You'll try to align your body and your spirit one time before checkout to see if you can hear God, if you can hear you. Will you try it one time? Will you live righteous one time? Will you try it one time? Will you fast one time? Will you try any of it? I'm telling you, when you seek it, you will find. You'll find your way out. The way out is in. So, let's go on to some of the entertainment, if you will. Much love to everybody out there, man. May the Most High in heaven reach down and touch you if you seek it. Again, the beautiful thing is the jinn or the evil people that are here can't fake this. You can't cheat raising the chrism. You have to fast. You have to walk righteous. You have to do all this, and it's a process. Every time your birth sign, the moon, enters your birth sign, this is your cycle. This is how it works. Again, no great teachers come along to teach you this, and they censor this completely. I've been attacked so hard in the past over this, but hey, it's about that time. And like, you have a right to know. You simply have to try. You have to seek it. You have to want it. To sit there and watch and do nothing is doing nothing. You will go nowhere. You will advance to nothing. Much love to my brother Tacos, Crazy Tacos there in the chat. He changed his life. And several of my brothers. And shout out to my brother Tooge, others. You know, they go on the fasting cycles and to do these things. They experience they get a taste of some of these things in living a certain way and giving up things, giving up these toxins, giving up these bad things, mastering them. I can proudly say that I've mastered overcoming smoking. It doesn't control me at all. Mountain Dews, pops, and all that, nothing, same thing. Energy drinks, all that stuff. These are things that I overcame in my life that I know people were battling with. I stomped them all. I crushed them. I hold them in the palm of my hand. They do not control me. I overcome all of them. And this is what you need to do. I can't stress enough. That is the most important message I have here tonight. Any of these stories, it's all garbage. Every bit of it. Nothing is more important than you getting out of here. I'm telling you, something higher is watching us. A higher entity, a higher intelligence is watching right now. I can feel it. If you're lacking, you can have. If you seek, you will find. All right. Let's get into some of the demon stuff here. 50 Cent. And I had somebody over there trying to in my chat that had followed me for a long time on X today, trying to give me some excuse, like, look, I follow you because of this and that, but like, I think that you're wrong on this. And like, that's fine. You got your opinion, but they were trying to say the left was spinning the story some kind of crazy way. It's not the case. The left didn't do anything. Trump spoke. He's on video, and he said it himself, and it speaks for itself. He is thinking about pardoning Sean Combs. They called Trump out. It was kind of shocking. They said, yeah, you used to be buddies. You're on record saying you were good friends with P. Diddy. And I'm going to play the clip. Trump tries to go into like swift damage control, like, oh, I haven't talked to him in years and this and that, but you know, if people wanted that, I would look at it. But you know, he beats around the bush. He doesn't say no. The guy is being, if he's convicted of pedophile and trafficking kids, like, there's no way. Like, it should have been a hard no. But that's not what he said. That's not what Trump did. That's not what he said. He beat around the bush and really didn't even answer the question. So 50 Cent is pressing him, trying to say, look, Mr. President, like, you better not pardon this piece of work. And I agree with 50. Like, you better not. Like, if, oh my gosh, man. So I'm going to play this clip just so you can get a taste of what I'm talking about here, man.
A little bit more of a page 6 question, but back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening. And I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up. from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. You know, it's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Let's not forget that, P. Diddy was throwing parties in Trump Hotel. His freak-offs were happening at Trump Hotel. Now, go a couple different ways here, man. Diddy got his card pulled. Trump just said he used to be buddies with him, okay? Diddy was having freak-offs in Trump Tower. Yeah, there's the crowd's always divided and everyone's got their opinion. There's people like, man, I've had hotels are known for parties, man, going back since forever. I get that. Clearly. Yeah, Diddy and them could have rented rooms out at Trump Hotel and had big parties there, and Trump never knew about it. But that's garbage. They were good friends during the whole time. How are you going to go up in your buddy's hotel and have a huge party and him not know you're there? Not stop in, not holler, not nothing. Like, get out of here. Like, I'm not stupid, man. Some of these Trumpers can be so naive. They're just chomping at the bit to come up with an excuse every single time. It's disgusting. It's absolutely shit. Shut up. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing excuses for Trump. All right? Like, look, I give him props where they're due, and we're going to smoke him where it's due. We're going to call him out when it's due. You know? We don't put up no threats against Mr. President here. None of that. But we're going to call him out. Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. Huh? It's hard for me to believe Trump doesn't know anything about these freak-offs. I know a song that probably plays on all these guys' heads, that old Cher song, If I Could Turn Back Time. All these people that got caught up in all this stuff, if they could go back, they could redo some of the stuff, not go to one of these parties or two that was recorded, you know. Look, one of the very first big parties that Diddy ever had, I'm not going to try to stay hung up on this rolling, but it was at Prince's place. Prince caught wind of it, you know, what they were doing, and he didn't like it. So those parties were shifted away from Prince's place. Prince didn't like it so much when he caught wind of what was going on, when it was happening at Trump's hotel and all this, that Prince went on a mission to start letting people know the dark side of it. And this is why Diddy is brought up in the death of Prince, the mysterious death of Prince, like he is, because of that fact. And that's what you do when you're not a part of it. You go after him, you start airing him out like Prince was, and he ended up dead. It shows what he was doing. He was going against the grain, against the bad guys. He definitely wasn't like in there partying up with them, and trying to cover it up. I mean, his actions show he was doing the opposite. And it looks to me, got his life taken by somebody. So Diddy, very good friend, old friend of Trump, right? All this stuff going on in court doesn't even really apply to the biggest stuff, the murders. Yeah, Tupac, Biggie, it's not even being mentioned. Kim Porter, like all of them, everybody that's been killed around and involving Puff Daddy, it's not being talked about. So, just as you're never going to get the truth on Epstein, you're never going to get the goods on Diddy, I don't think. Keep going here. I'm gonna let Tucker Carlson show his disgust here with the Republican Party. I thought it was just funny. We'll play this clip.
Congressman Randy Fine of Florida, and he said this the other day on Fox News last week. Quote: "In World War II, we did not negotiate a surrender with not negotiate a surrender with the Japanese. We nuked the Japanese twice. Surrender. That needs to be the same here in Gaza. There is something deeply wrong with this culture, and it needs to be defeated."
He's newly elected, like in the last, he filled it was Matt Gage's seat, one or the other.
It was Waltz. I think.
Waltz, yeah.
So I texted a friend of mine in Congress, is this really a member of Congress? Yes. It's like, I don't even know what to say to that, but that, first of all, it's evil, but how can you say something like that and not get expelled from Congress or the Republican? How can that person be a member of the Republican Party?
It's a good question.
Good evening, it's Tucker Carlson. One of the
I don't know. I just thought that, him calling out. And look, I shed a lot of light onto this whole big ugly bill. The big ugly bill is just that. It's anything but beautiful. And when they put these big names on them, it should be a big red flag to you that something's hidden in there, and you should probably go trying to find it. Well, we went trying to find it. We found it. It's the AI stuff. Well, Caroline Leavitt, she's like the mouthpiece for the White House. She gives this like stern warning to senators out there that if you don't vote yes on this, like you are going to be held responsible for an increase. This is an open threat, right? Know this before I play it. This is an open threat. Trying to tell these senators like Rand Paul of my state that votes no on this. She's threatening all of them that if they don't vote yes, they are going to be held responsible for the trillions in deficit that's about to hit. It's an clearly open threat, and I can't stand it. I can't stand this woman. I can't stand the audacity, the open threat, all of it. I'm sick of it. It's just nothing but mafia and open threats at this point.
Well, anyone who votes against the one big beautiful bill, including Senator Rand Paul, will be voting for a tax hike of more than $4 trillion on the American people, and their voters will know about it. That is unacceptable to Republican voters and all voters across the country who elected this president in a Republican majority to get things done on Capitol Hill. And this bill is the most historic piece of legislation to ever move through Congress in modern history.
Shut up. Just shut up. I'm cutting you off. You sit down, shut up. We don't hear from you no more. You troll. Government troll. Sitting there, bumping them gums, threatening our senators, trying to blame them for $4 trillion in deficit that what you made up out of thin air? What? They vote no, and all of a sudden they're guilty. They're to blame for get out of here. Like, it's ridiculous. That was one of the most broadest open threats I've seen in a long time on our senators to vote on something. And, my senator is voting hard no, which I hope yours is too. Now, look, a year or two from now, if I'm alive and we're in hell and AI's got to control this, and I'm sitting there bitching about all these things, and I find out that you didn't say anything to your senator, it ain't gonna be good. You know how easy it is to open up X right now while you're listening to me and go over and scroll through Twitter. Just go to the search, type in your senator's name on X, Facebook, whatever you're on, type their name in, you will find them, and say, hey, would you kindly vote no on this bill? Thank you. How hard was that? How hard was that? It's not hard. It's a fact of if you're either lazy or you're scared. You're lazy, scared, or you don't care. Which is it? You tell me. Which is it? All of them? I like to go over to every single person that's out there right now to your social media and check on it randomly just to see who did it and who doesn't do anything. It's a big reason why nothing ever happens, because I'm trying to get you to realize people don't do nothing. Everyone wants something for free, and everyone wants someone to do something for them. It's always the way it is. They don't want to do nothing in return. For the most part. And it's the truth. And God bless you, the handful of you out there to fight the good fight, but you know what I'm saying is true. It's just like all you guys that are here listening now. It's like we have the same ones that all you guys always fight the good fight. You're always here. You're always supporting and all that. But like, there's others out there that just never will. But they'll never get the message, right? I don't just do this stuff like entertainment, man. I try to really get knowledge out there, man. Not only cover the breaking news and put discernment on it, but like to drop jewels along the way here. And get people right. Again, the biggest thing is that people make it out of here. We've got another election coming up in 2028, which I know people don't even want to talk about. But Kamala and some of the same old goons are being talked about to run. You're not going to have Trump. And who knows what they're going to serve us up. This establishment mafia. Who knows what they're going to do? They were brazen enough to just do the whole Biden thing for 4 years and tease us with Kamala again. But Pete Buttigieg is rising to the top of the list for the left, surpassing Kamala, and you'll be seeing his face plastered more and more. He's one I really can't stand. It's like they select these people for that exact reason. They select them on their hateability. How much you'd love to see somebody punch their face or something. Like, you know, like how much you hate these people. Like, oh, man, people really hate that guy. Man, and how do they know this? They're listening. They're watching the metrics. They're watching what people are saying on social media. They're watching the remarks, their comments and comment sections of their videos. Now they did it all quickly. And it tells them who's got the highest hate percentage points. And, you know, that's how they got Biden. That's how they got Kamala. You know, that's how they got Buttigieg up there now. Dude, boy, oh boy. It could be the first in the White House. Like, no, I can't even. No, I can't even stand what comes from that side, just because of my own spiritual beliefs on things and what they push, some of the darker aspects of things. Let's go to Bill Clinton. You need some comedy tonight. Like, I can't believe this guy's still alive, man. How many fake cards he been through, stints and all this other stuff. Like some demons just got him animated right now. Like Bill checked out a while ago, but no, like you can look at him. He's been through a lot. He's very old, and he's got some points. Like never. I forgot what it was. Monica Lewinsky said something here recently about something, man, and she said something, and it was like valid. It was good. It was good. It was solid. I forget what it was though, but old Bill here, man, as mafia as it gets, as establishment as it gets. This is the man that's on a dress on the wall as soon as you walk in the door at Epstein Island. With his ruby red slippers. Let me tell you, this man has done a lot of evil. There's a reason we call it the Clinton cartel. This man is responsible and behind so much. To be living, breathing, free. Like, and remember, Trump ran the whole first term on Hillary for prison to put this man's wife in prison. And she sat front and row when he was inaugurated this year. Like get out of here. This thing is a puppet show. We're getting played. Some of us know this, man, but I'm out here beating the drums trying to get people to wake up. This is a show, man.
Speaking of aging, there's this book that came out that talks about Joe Biden and the people around him seeing that he had cognitive and physical decline. Did you ever have a moment with him where you thought maybe he was unfit to run for president? No.
I thought he was a good president. The only concern I thought he had to deal with was, could anybody do that job until they were 86? And we'd had several long talks. I had never seen him and walked away thinking he can't do this anymore. He was always on top of his brief.
You never saw any cognitive decline?
So I didn't know anything about any of this, and I haven't read the book. I saw President Biden not very long ago, and I thought he was in good shape. But the book didn't register with me because I never saw him that way.
Why didn't you read the book?
I didn't want to, because he's not president anymore, and I think he did a good job. And I think we are facing challenges today without precedent in our history. And
Dude, Bill, he's so old, man. At this point, like, I can't, he's just barely hanging in there. But he's still got his mental faculties. I mean, he's still sharp in terms of thinking. He's not like Biden with Biden's face. I mean, we all get old. Everybody gets old. Everybody faces something different. But, I mean, his voice is going. Like I said, his heart and everything else, all that, we've all known this. I mean, if anyone's got the money out there and the means and to put guns to heads to stay alive as long as they can, it's this man. And enough, he's probably got adrenochrome on tap at the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't kidding you. I ain't kidding you. It's a sick, evil game. I ain't kidding you. We think these stories just made up? The deepest, darkest stuff with Epstein Island is adrenochrome, is sacrifice of children that they never want to speak of. And the mind, the imagination can run wild. But it's not just the sexual stuff and all this stuff. That's all that's talked about, even with the Diddy trial right now. Let's talk about the murders. Let's talk about the deaths. They don't want to touch them. They don't want to touch them. Right in front of you. Like, they can hang Diddy big time right now. For everything. For Pac and Big. For everything. For so many different murders. They won't even open up that rabbit hole. Because it's different. It's different. It's a different card to be pulled. That's why this whole thing is just garbage, man. It's all trash. It's just garbage. It's all cover up, man. You're better off with somebody out there doing some James O'Keefe type crap, but real deal. And like having like dozens of like Anon accounts and like uploading like real juicy, like real stuff to them. Like they're trying to hunt you down and kill you like instantly. But I mean, Diddy's gonna walk on. Drew says, he might. This is it's a dark game. You seen Trump's reaction earlier. If that was me, if that was a righteous president sitting in that seat, and someone was like, "Are you gonna pardon Diddy?" And like, are you kidding me? Like that. But this has been my response. Like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Someone that's on trial for human trafficking right now and everything else. Like, you're serious, right? Like, get out of here. But no, Trump was like, no, I know people are thinking about it right now, and they probably want to come up and ask me right now. And it's ridiculous. Like, dude, man, I'm so sick of this. Like, I hope you have a good plan to ride this thing out. We're about to go into chaos by design, well packaged. I hope you have a plan, man. All these people are going to get the rug pulled on them. They're going to put on their tail by their Savior, by their Gentile Messiah. Of course, it'll be in ways that he won't take all the blame. But how could that be? Diddy serves as a distraction. Things do serve as distractions. I will say that. But also they're important in their own right. To me, you have to put discernment on it, like we just did, like we do. Like I just said, this whole thing with Diddy is talking about the sexual stuff, and that's it. And with trafficking, racketeering, human trafficking, racketeering, to sexual stuff. All right, nothing about murders. It's ridiculous, man. But it's a mafia. Zillion, badillion. Thank you for the coffees and cash heart, man. Much love. Thank you. Good to see you. I wonder about some of you people out there sometimes, man, whether you believe it or not. Wonder who you are, what you look like. If I ever meet you, have a chance to. Because I know there's good people out there. And, like, I strive to want to meet you. That's all I do this for, really. I mean, and, you know, fight the good fight, to find the good people for the Lord. Hey, now what? And Crypto King, Silver Sailor. Salutes, my guys. Like, I'm just looking at the notifications on X, and you guys went over and you hollered at your senators to vote no on the big, beautiful bill. Salutes, gentlemen. That's action. That's taking action. So that was 2 out of well over 1,000 we've got watching tonight. It was 2 people out of 1,000. Yeah, I'll take what I can get. In this game, you'd be surprised. And like, people just assume everything all the time. Like, somebody else is going to do it. It's just not how it works. As you just seen, 2 out of everyone watching actually went over and said something to the senator, like I asked for. 2 people. 2 people. You know, it's just the way it is out here. The way it is. I just want you to see it. It's the same with donations. Like, I get donations on the live stream, and I only get it on the live stream, usually from a lot of the same people. But like off the live stream, I get nothing. None. Zero. Nothing. Okay, so people assume I do, and assume someone else has always got it. But that's, again, it's people assuming that someone else has got it. Someone else to do it. That's how it always is. It's the same thing here. But again, salutes, gentlemen. You're fighting a good fight. Now what? Silver Sailor. Stripes, man. Stripes, man. That's how you earn them. Right there. And anyone else out there, I know there's probably 1 or 2 that's shared it somewhere else. Like I shared it over here. You know, well, salutes to you. Much love. Steve, man. Daily Mock. My brother. Much love to you and everyone out there. Everyone fighting the fight, man. Where we at? Let me check here. Oh, coming up top the hour. We're going to go past top the hour a little bit. As I usually do. Somewhere between 11 and 11:30 here. You heard what Bill just said. He thought that Biden was sharp. He's a professional, like professional liar. Bill Clinton is. So I mean, he looked at you with a straight face and was like, no, like he was fine the whole time. We all know that Biden, whoever was playing Biden, whatever, like he wasn't fine. But look at this. They're saying that Biden was unaware of the executive orders that were signed by the Autopen. This is a new report. This, oh boy. Like, Trump's gonna have to do something then. How much was he unaware of? You know, like, truthfully, when will we get to the bottom of it? And when we do, will like Trump do anything about it? Trump started to give him sympathy in the past. As soon as they played the cancer card on it, a well-timed card. They obviously, everybody knows, they've known for a decade or so, within the decade. Some say that, I don't know, man. Some say a lot, man. There's a lot of different variables when it comes to the Biden character, I will say. I mean, me, myself, I've caught him in clips where there was a character that they were passing off as Biden. They had a mask on, and like we caught it on the neckline. and you can never take it back because anyone can go back and you can see it. Things like that happen. And then features of the face change that should have never changed. The whole distorted chin piece concaved in on one of them, one of the Bidens. You can see it in the photos, man, when they stack them up. It's crazy. In the old Biden had like certain marks on his forehead and like certain earlobes. And like the newer Biden had like, it was completely different. That was gone. And like the earlobes were attached to the head. And like all this other stuff, like details that people pick up on. There was definitely something orchestration ran with this character that they called Biden. All I could say is it's we need not get too caught up on the puppet. We need to look and see who the puppet master is. All times, eyes on the prize, these goons. Upper echelon of our government. Sitting in the shadows all time, calling all these shots, lobbying, pulling all these strings, controlling all this. Right now tonight, they're somewhere in a catacomb. I swear to you, they're somewhere dark, doing dark things, ritual, because that's how they operate. And that's their meetings. Knowing all these things and then turning back around and having to watch this puppet show circus, this fakeness every day is just... How much longer, Lord God, man? Come down. I'm going to play this clip.
Is it not a felony to lie in front of Congress?
Absolutely. And we issued criminal referrals. Hunter Biden committed perjury. Jim Biden lied in front of Congress. And there are others in other investigations who have lied, and there's been no accountability. So we're certainly going to continue to investigate, but we're desperately seeking accountability from the Department of Justice, and hopefully that'll happen. Because when you talk about using the auto pen to sign these executive orders were many meant to Trump-proof this White House. And if we can find information that would lead us to believe that Joe Biden had no knowledge of those executive orders being signed in his name, then I think that the Trump administration could get them thrown out in court, and then Trump would be able to execute his agenda a whole lot easier without all the Trump proofing that happened with the auto pen at the end of the Biden administration.
Well, I mean,
wow, you see that? How just cut and dry that is? Just cut and dry, plain simple. Come over, just put it out there. Again, this is the reality of the world that we live in, but it's still a puppet show. And like, once you, there's like no going back. Once like you're fully awake, like there's no going back, falling asleep like to this. Like, I don't trust none of them, either side. I know this is a big, like I call it a mafia type establishment that controls every aspect of all of it. It gets scary. All right, quick update here on Greta Thunberg. Thunberg putting in work, and used to clown Greta, make memes on her, all this other stuff. And she was basically brought onto the scene as a tool to be used by the establishment. Only problem was, she woke up. It's really been a crazy thing to watch. Because she woke up and realized what she should be really defending and who is really the bad guy. Now she's going against Israel. And she's defending Palestine. And she's a part of this Israel blockade. And she gets all tearful here. She's almost blockaded. To be honest with you, man, stuff like this, she's going into the line of fire. Anyone and everyone on that boat, Israel could blow it to pieces. And I'll tell you this much, Israel does something like that, they'll kick up a hate that they've never seen. There's already been a mass awakening to the Mossad and their evils. and all the people calling it out. But they're smart and they're tactical. They control some of that opposition. Some of these guys out here that you hear calling them out like on the daily, like too much, like it's all they talk about. They're controlled opposition. See, and we have the eyes to see that too. So, you know, I want peace. The people of Palestine deserve their peace, period. And no people on this planet deserve to be genocided. No one. And all we can hope for is that peaceful things have to happen. At some point, there's going to be peace laid out large scale around the world, and it's going to be a false peace. Okay? Remember this. So at some point, this is going to happen. Okay? I think there's a handful of war fronts that you just go ahead and get them out of the way and skirmishes and it's settled. Like get the whole thing with Taiwan out of the way. Get this whole ordeal with Iran out of the way. And if they can settle the Palestine thing, then obviously, a two-state solution has been talked about forever. But, Mossad doesn't want that. Mossad just wants to clear the whole dang thing out. And wants to send them somewhere else. They even went to France and just told France that, look, if you guys support this that way, carve out a spot out of the mountains here in France, like New Palestine. That's what they just told them. France looked at them like, like what? So, it's no secret. There's big war brewing, and it's between Russia, and thank you, Crypto King, for the coffees. It's between Russia and NATO. And there's some things up here on the war front. Kind of keep an eye on this because things can really go south real quick here. Look, Ukraine just launched a strategic drone strike and it hit Russia's nuclear triad, which is its arsenal of aircraft that they had suspiciously sitting out on a tarmac that will deliver nuclear bombs, that will do the strikes, that will defend their country. Some are questioning what was blown up. Yes, they were fortresses, like flying fortresses, to deliver nukes. All of what was hit at several different bases. But then, others were questioning, like, why would Russia have had them just sitting out in the open on a tarmac all at the same time to be hit? That's a very good question. Good eye. Most people just kept on pushing. They are calling this, oddly enough, Russia's Pearl Harbor. Oh, what do we know about what Pearl Harbor really was? And what does this really mean? What followed Pearl Harbor was nukes getting dropped. That's what they're telegraphing. They have telegraphed this. Oh, gosh, man. They had telegraphed this for a decade. China and the rover pick, they put a little nuclear mushroom cloud. I've got a video on it. I've said it before. It's insane. Emanating up off planet Earth for no reason. And when you zoom in and you study and you find out where it's coming from, it's from this exact spot on the planet between Kiev and Moscow. It's a huge mushroom cloud. They've been telling us this forever. So now the warning is, what is Russia about to do? Are they about to strike hard? I mean, that's what they're talking about. I'm telling you right now, from all accounts, from everything that I can see, everything that I can tell, Russia's not going to take another one of these. Something's about to happen big. I got people that have been watching this stuff for years and years, like telling me, like, hit me up tonight and like, look, I got a feeling. And I'm like, yo, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime this thing's probably going to go bad. And maybe it needs to happen to get things out of the way. Maybe they decapitate, strike Zelensky because he just don't know how to shut his mouth. And Russia just told us that they're going to take over everything all the way to a tiny sliver of Ukraine because they have to create a buffer zone. This is becoming a bigger war. It's obviously a war with NATO. And to protect them, they're advancing out of where they're at now forward, which means they're going to have to just bomb and level Kiev. Expect it. Expect it. Any day, any morning. Also, at the same time, all types of other stuff happened within Russia. 2 bridges were blown up. They were taken out strategically. Trains got derailed and taken out. It was all sabotage. They're hitting hard. It's now inside of Russia. Like mainland, the motherland, Russia is getting hit consistently now. Like, and I'm telling you, Russia's not going to take much. They're not taking much more of this at all. I can feel it. I can feel it, man. Them saying that this was their Pearl Harbor, I'm telling you, is a sign for the books that nukes are about to fly. Kefbar, my brother, thank you so much for always being there. Super Trooper, Warrior, man, brother. Thank you for the coffees. Appreciate it to the fullest. Full ceasefire only possible if Ukraine pulls back the troops and holds elections. Gets Zelensky out of there. Russia's demands are put out there. But again, they were supposed to be holding peace talks today. And while Ukraine is trying to hold peace talks, they're bombing all throughout Russia. So Russia has no confidence in any of these talks and in anything they say, in anything that they do. This is very bad blood, super bad blood at this point. And they just hit them hard. What they did not hit is Russia's stealth anything. Nothing stealth got hit. It was not out on a tarmac. Meaning, I'm telling you right now, them bad boys are probably airborne tonight. I'm telling you, man, like something big's about to happen. Like you can just feel it. I need to go pull up and look at the stars. Sounds crazy, right? Ooh. I'm not talking about reading tarot cards here, but I'm talking about retrogrades and planets. And you may even scoff at that, like, oh, what are you saying? Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that your enemy uses this as a guide in a playbook. And if you have any intelligence, you go and you check on this. Because when certain things happen, just like 9/11, it happened during a massive retrograde. Okay? Like when Mercury is going through retrograde, and especially what it's passing through, it symbolizes certain things could symbolize warring things in certain things. And you don't know if you're blind to it. And that's why they tell you as above, so below. Okay? And they use it as a playbook. And I'm just telling you, this is how they operate. And if you go looking, you're probably going to find a window. And that's going to be the window here. And right now, and going into the summer. But I already know it. I already heard about it. I just haven't went and looked at the charts. We have, I think, multiple retrogrades. And again, you can be like, oh, voodoo card, blah, 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 blah. All this. It can be mumbo jumbo to you, whatever. But this means something to the most evil people on the planet. And we've caught them plotting their events off of it. So that right there is enough to pay attention to it. It's your mumbo jumbo crap. Okay? Some people get caught in the theatrics and get caught in stuff. You need to, like, see the bigger picture, man. I'm trying to show you. And this is why you've heard, again, as above, so below, because they mean something. They mean these things. Again, the biggest event that we were blindsided from in a long time was 9/11. And it was a ritualistic in nature event. And this next economic one will be the same. Trump, Gentile Messiah, he's going to allow Iran to enrich uranium. I can't believe I'm saying that. In an acceptable nuke deal. So, anything's possible out here, right? He's willing to allow them to have, for a limited time, low-level uranium enrichment for different stuff and projects, and to work out some deal. And of course, Israel don't want to hear none of that here on this world stage. But I'm telling you, that's all it is a world stage. We've caught in the past, I've done the reports and I've got strikes on the videos of showing proof of Iran getting weapons from Israel, coming out of Israel. We've caught it before. And this world is a stage, son. It is a stage. It is why they call them theaters of war. Anywhere that's got a Rothschild bank, they control. Meaning, both sides of World War I, World War II, they were controlled by the bankers. They had Rothschild Central Bank in every country. It's the same thing today. Rothschild has had control of Russia since the Bolshevik Revolution. They've had control of China since the day of Mao. They've been in there ever since they took the guns and confiscated them and killed tens of millions of people. They've groomed Xi Jinping, the leader of China. He is Western trained, for crying out loud. He was very good friends with... Oh my gosh, man. I feel like a stuck record sometimes, man, when I got to go say these things. You should be educated in all this. If not, you've been slacking hard. This world is a stage. It's just, what are they about to play, right? What's the next card they're about to play? That's where we're at with this. If we know what some of the cards in the deck are. We do. It's about timing. It is everything. And again, more on the timing when you go as above, so below. Because that's where you're going to find the timing. The connection. Right there. I'm telling you. Watch. I'm going to have to go looking. I'm telling you. Find some little window here. And then we're going to talk about it. And hopefully, I should probably do this. Something's telling me urgently. So we could do it before it happens. This world is a stage. Gentile Messiah going to allow Boogeyman Iran all of a sudden make a little bit of uranium. Then you got China. Obviously, China is going to be the big bad guy that counters the U.S. here on the world stage. It's just the way it is. Economically and militarily, just monetarily. I think they're about to make a major move when this whole reset thing happens. Someone, if not a lot, or they're going to back their move with gold. That's why it's there. It's why they've stacked it this whole time. I mean, the only thing they're doing outside of that is they're giving it to the Anunnaki, the fallen. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's actually what the books say they're doing. Why would man be hoarding one element more than any other element on this planet? Why? It's not even the most precious. It's not even the most expensive. Why the one? Well, it just so happens that we've got proof. Anunnaki. And the whole story, the legend of it. They were here for gold. Imagine that. Imagine that. I mean, what are the odds there? You know? What are the odds, people? You don't think this has something to do with it? You don't think there's not a connection? I do. Deep. Good luck getting the masses to see anything, but at least we have the eyes to see these things. Again, it's like I compare it to the movie They Live, Rowdy Piper, because it's really like that, man. Like I walk away. I walk around like anywhere I go, and them things are glued to my head. Like there's no taking them off. And there's no turning back. Like I said, like I see everything through those lenses. I see everything the way it really is. And it's disgusting. China signs a new national security white paper signaling in the freaking white paper, basically like constitutional type stuff here, that this is a declaration of going to war. They will confront us, the United States. They will. It's in the white paper. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with it and get tearing through it, but it's there. Just do your research if you care. It's right there. They've put it clearly. We are the adversary to be toppled here in this world stage. However, economically, and this is set up. Christopher Wray done told us, former FBI director on his way out the door, that China is embedded in everything. This is a freaking setup. All they got to do is flip a switch and this thing's going down. Lights are going out. Call it a cyber attack. Banks are going to go down, be held hostage. But I'm going to tell you right now, remember this, guys. Remember us talking about all this, man. They're going to blame them. They're obviously the ones that's going to take the blame for this, for the history books. Your own government's not. They could say, oh, we set you up. We did it. They had to be a bad guy that was able to pull it off. And it was China. They slid in here like a Trojan horse for 4 years. They're hitting all over the place. They got property right next to our military bases. And this is a setup of setups. They have hidden stuff in every sector. Shut the lights off, shut the water off, everything. All at the same time. They're right there. And you're telling me nobody's doing nothing? Cash Patel and Bongino over here crapping their pants and trying to cover for Epstein files and looking guilty as sin in the mix of it. What are you guys doing about the Chinese, boys? Huh? Not a word. Dude, we've been sold out. We've been sold out. They're here. They're allowed here. They've been brought here. And they'll take the blame. Yeah, I don't know how this whole thing's going to shake out in the end on the other side. They let them in. They'll let whoever pulled the switches like flee. If that's even the plan. They've got enough of them here and enough property. They own property here. Like they bought it. They own it. Like you can't do that in China. You can't go do that in China. Like that has to be stopped. That has to be removed. Some states are actually making a move to try to do that, but it may be too little too late. Oh, man. And I'm going to end with this. I've talked about Peter Thiel here lately a couple times. He's the co-founder of PayPal with Elon Musk and all this other stuff. He's on the Bilderberg group. He's a major player out there. And he came out here recently and he said something that echoed exactly what Elon said. That they are trying to summons the demon. And he said it clearly. And it was a clear warning. And this is when I was telling you about AI. And I told you the spirit, the jinn, the evil. This is what it all is. He said it. He said it. Okay. So you have two men out of the club saying the exact same thing in terms of AI. Their response is they're summoning the demon. So when I tell you that the jinn are jumping into these things as a Frankenstein body, that's what this artificial intelligence is. It's an entity. It is an intelligence. Okay? That's what it is. Truly. It's all truly, they're telling you right in front of your face. Anybody ever stop to think where is this intelligence that's come out of thin air? Did it come from the ether? Well, it did. Kinda. It came from entities in that ether that are as real as the air that you breathe, but you can't see them. just like the air that you breathe. That gives you life. They are right here. They're right outside of our perception as far as I can tell. Some people have the ability to be able to pick up on things and see it. I know late at night, me, like especially witching hour, call it 3 in the morning, whatever, late at night, when I've been on, like a fast or something like that, and like I'm in the zone, like I can clearly see the piercing of things out of the corner of my eyes or around. The realm, it bleeds through. It's definitely there. And this is something I've come to see and know for all my life and years. I mean, for me, crying out loud, many people don't know this, but like I come out of my dreams talking to dead people. I often, all the time, come out of my dream communicating with one of my buddies that are dead or family member that's dead. In hardcore talk. It happens way too often. On a crazy, weird level. Can't control it. Just happens. It happens all the time. So much so I don't even talk about it. It's just I'm used to it. It can happen once in a night, once a week, or whatever, but it happens quite often. Because I find myself thinking about the other side more and more, all the time, on the daily, because I know they're there. I know they're there. There's something with me. I'm tuned. Thank you, God. I've achieved this. Where I call it knowing. I know these things. I sense it. I know it. It's the gift you receive. It's part of it, I guess. Part of something here when you do what they ask. Of figuring this whole thing out. Don't forget, there's nothing but entities sitting around us, conjuring ways to tempt you all the time. All the time, man. When you are conscious of this, it's a weird feeling because I can almost feel like that I can feel them, that they're aware that I'm aware of them. That's even crazier. Anyhow, roll over to the chat here. Much love, buddy Ross. This place is crazy, man. Yeah, they're demonic spirits on the other side. It's exactly what the jinn are demonic. They're evil. They are the soul of the Nephilim that were killed in the flood. It was explained to us, and it was written, and it was put in the books of Jubilees and Giants and in Book of Enoch and all the books that they stripped out of your Bible. Some of us know this. Some of us took the time and read all this. We don't show up last minute asking questions and regurgitating stuff from a decade ago that you never even proved to yourself. I get tired of people that show up, try to recite Bible verses or statements when they never even crack it open, never even read it, they never even do nothing, never even expand on it. They regurgitate something for a decade they heard from grandma or grandpa from way back when, and don't never do nothing new to expand on their knowledge. That's what we're here for, man. And you're running out of time. It's disappointment. The fakers, man. It's the things I can't stand. When you're the real, the fakes are the things you can't stand. Quantum, much love. And much love all you guys, man. Is it 11:11? It's 11:11 about. Oh, we're well past 11:11. It's 11:25. So, yeah, they've been running about to this time. By the time I got to get everything out of the system, get the message out. This is where we end up. Thank you, Deanne, for the coffees. Again, Cognitive, Kev Bar, Silver Sailor, Cash, Zillion, all you guys, John, Sin, everybody hit the super chats, everyone that shares the streams, everyone that keeps me in their prayers. remember, the power of prayer is real. It's a real thing. Consciously, you're like tapping in to, there's a real cloud. You know, they say tapping it, there's a real cloud, the consciousness. It's there, the Holy Spirit and all that. When multiple people do it, it amplifies it. That's why it says in the scripture, when multiple people do it, the power of prayer, it works. It's why it's important. That's why there is an importance of church and things like that, of people coming together. It's real. There's power in it, man. Just try it sometime. And thank you for everyone out there that does. We're like Thundercats, man. Voltron. Can we connect? To make up one big powerful source. Lowrider checking in, man. My brother, thank you. All the love, all the years. God willing, there's a day we'll meet again. Yeah. I want to thank everyone again hanging out, man. I guess that's it. Emptied the tank, emptied the clip. Be back here Wednesday night, God willing, for another one. We're going live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern right here. I'll probably also launch over on Kick. Take advantage of just getting out into a couple other places. And also preparing. I mean, it's D-Live or Kick. When bird flu gets launched, whenever the next event, like lockdowns and all that, where we can't even speak on it because they censor. Like, well, you already know, we're probably going to have to shift over to one of these other sites. So I'll let it be known. You know, D-Live, Kick, we utilize them, keep them around for a reason. Even over on X or whatever. Because some of these places are going to censor hard. We already know it. We learned through the beta test. They censored hard. So can you imagine how hard they're going to censor when the real thing rolls out? I mean, you get me. I mean, we got to be prepared for it. We got to have a backup plan. Got to be ready, man. So, I'm spitting holy water on them gin. That's right. All right, guys. Take us out of here. Eon. And thank you for every stream. Last stream, this stream, every stream. Legendary, my brother. Take us out of here on some music from Live 1707. And God willing, I'll see you Wednesday. As I always say, if the Lord doesn't return in the coming days, we'll see you here next time for some Underground World News Live. Yeah, man. Never stop praying. Always stay praying. Much love. God bless. I see you, David. Wake up. Deborah. Ministry of Truth. Yeah. E-Phase. Etna. Kathleen. Kwame. Martin. The Great Awakening. Randy. Daily. Thank you so much. For sharing. For caring. Bulletproof. John, Maury, Chad, Mayhem, Love, Tom, Kilo, S. Thank you so much. Tip, Davey, John, Ruby, Lakeville. Much love. God bless y'all.